Heaven led you here, not by mistake, but by divine schedule. There are no coincidences in the lives of God's chosen. Every moment of delay, every detour, every hidden tear was the shaping of a soul ready to be launched into destiny. And now, the Father is speaking clearly. It's time to let go of what tried to define you. Time to stop replaying what broke you. Your new journey has already been written, but you must release the old script to walk it. But before we go deeper, I need you to do 3 things. Asing, hit the like button so this word reaches other chosen ones. Like, Ofse, subscribe to help us reach 20. Asing and comment. It is written. This will activate the wealth already moving towards you. You are no longer called to dwell in the shadows of yesterday. The voice of heaven is not echoing your past. It's declaring your future. The pain you endured is not your identity. It was your proving ground. God did not abandon you there. He covered you. While others overlooked you, He was reserving you. You were not forgotten. You were preserved. You are not what they said you were. You are not what you lost. You are not the broken pieces you once had to gather with trembling hands. You are the promise that never died. You are the prophecy walking upright. You are the evidence that ashes do bloom again. Under God's hand, even the graves give birth. Let go of who you had to be, just to survive. Let go of the masks you wore to feel loved. Let go of the bitterness that secretly tied your soul to what hurt you. Those burdens were never yours to carry into the land of promise. The wilderness was for pruning, but now the garden is opening. There is dew on the ground, and heaven has prepared the harvest. Chosen one, God has already sent the map. It's written in your spirit. You've felt the tug. You've heard the whisper. That quiet voice telling you it's time to leave old patterns, old wounds, and old limits behind. This is not just a season change. This is a divine relocation. Your soul is shifting out of survival and into sacred purpose. The people who walked away were not part of your next chapter. Let them go. The job that ended, the door that slammed, the plans that crumbled, all of it was allowed so you wouldn't stay somewhere your destiny could never breathe. The past taught you, but it can't lead you anymore. Only God can do that. You've been looking behind you with questions that heaven never intended to answer. Not because your pain didn't matter, but because your future matters more. You don't need closure when you've been given calling. God is not repairing the past. He's redeeming the journey, and the road ahead is drenched in light. You're being called to rise without explanation, to step forward without needing everyone to understand, to say yes to God before you see how. The path will appear the moment your heart releases what it clings to. Faith is not the absence of grief. It's the surrender of control. Heaven is not waiting for perfection. It's waiting for permission, yours. The angels assigned to your journey are already moving. The scroll is open. Your name is on the assignment. God's finger has already drawn the line from where you are to where you're going. You will not miss your moment. You will not return to what almost destroyed you. You are not too late. You are not too far gone. The enemy hoped the past would become your prison. But grace has opened the door, and your footsteps are now ordered. Breathe, chosen one. You are standing in the clearing between what was and what will be. The next step requires trust, not proof. The wilderness behind you is closing. The river ahead of you is parting. Your new journey is not coming. It is here. There is something sacred about the moment when you finally stop asking why and start saying yes. Heaven leans close to those who surrender. And you, chosen one, are being invited to a journey that no longer requires you to prove your worth, only to remember it. Your identity is not shaped by what you walked through. It is sealed by who walked with you. God never left your side. Even in silence, He was guiding every step, correcting every path, protecting what the enemy tried to consume. Letting go does not mean forgetting. It means placing your past where it belongs, under the authority of grace. Every heartbreak, every closed door, every season of confusion was woven into a garment of glory that now clothes you. The pain was not wasted. The struggle was not in vain. You carry divine evidence in your spirit, scars that shine, not bleed. You are not called to carry guilt. You are not asked to carry shame. God is not keeping score. He's keeping covenant. And his covenant with you says this: you will rise, you will recover, and you will reign. Not because you never fell, but because you never let the fall define your future. If the memories still haunt you, speak to them. Declare, I am no longer available for what drained me. Your words carry spiritual weight. When you speak from alignment with heaven, chains break, doors unlock. The same mouth that cried out in weakness now becomes the trumpet of deliverance. Chosen one, you've been walking with a limp, but it's time to walk with authority. Jacob wrestled, but he walked away with a new name. You too have wrestled in the midnight hours. You've pleaded with God in the quiet, behind smiles no one questioned. But those tears baptized your mantle. That limp is proof you were touched by the divine. Some will not understand your shift. They only knew you in survival. They saw you before the oil was poured, before the fire refined you. Let them stay confused. You are not required to drag old versions of yourself into sacred territory. The wilderness taught you boundaries. Now the promised land requires obedience. You don't need to explain the calling. You only need to walk in it. Your confidence is not arrogance. It is revelation. You've seen too much, felt too much, survived too much to pretend you're ordinary. The same God who parted seas for Moses is parting silence for you. There is gold in your story. Gold forged from loss, loneliness, and long nights of unanswered prayers. Heaven does not ignore such weight. It transforms it. Your testimony will not only shake others, it will fund the vision. You are stepping into a harvest your pain paid for. If this message is already unlocking your spirit, type 7. Every time you've wanted to give up, God was whispering, not yet. I'm not done. And now, that whisper has turned into a call. Your name is echoing through the courts of heaven. The trumpet is sounding. Destiny is being announced. Don't return to what God released you from. Don't pick up what grace laid to rest. What ended was not punishment. It was preparation. Your capacity had to be emptied to receive something eternal. You were never being punished. You were being positioned. What once felt like loss will soon feel like deliverance. That door that shut in your face, it saved your soul. That person who walked away, they freed your timeline. That failure, it humbled your heart and clarified your vision. You don't need to see how this all works out. You just need to keep walking. Step by step, you are being reintroduced to the real you, the one God has always known. The one unshaken by shadows, the one lit by purpose, the one crowned in silence and sent in power. You are not who you used to be, and that's the miracle. The chains that once defined you have been broken in places no one else could see. God reached into your soul and rewrote the script the enemy tried to tattoo on your identity. Where there was trauma, he has sown truth. Where there was fear, he has breathed fire. And where there was confusion, he has carved clarity with his own hand. Heaven never required you to be flawless, only faithful. And you were. You stayed when you could have run. You worshipped when you could have wavered. You believed when nothing around you made sense. That kind of faith shakes the foundations of darkness. It is not forgotten. It is honored. Chosen one, your silence was a sanctuary. While others performed, you preserved. While they shouted, you listened. And because of this, the scroll of your destiny has been opened at just the right time. You are not being blessed randomly. You are being remembered intentionally. Do not fear the unfamiliar. This new journey is wrapped in the fingerprints of God. Every step is watched. Every breath is measured. The road may look barren, but it's been anointed. The ground beneath your feet is holy, because your calling sanctifies it. You are not following signs, you are the sign. There will be moments when you feel the past calling you back. Don't answer. You owe no explanations to former versions of yourself. God has already deleted the pages that no longer align with your future. You are under a new authorship, one written by fire and sealed by the Spirit. Let the old shame melt off. Let the doubts lose their grip. Let every word spoken in ignorance be buried under the weight of divine confirmation. The enemy wants you to rehearse what hurt you, but God is rehearsing your promotion. The script has changed. Heaven is casting you in victory now. The tables are turning in silence. You won't need to fight for what's yours. It's being handed to you. The inheritance that passed you over before is circling back, not because you forced it, but because you finally let go. There is power in surrender. The world will never understand. Right, He provides in the comments. If you trust, God is opening the treasury of heaven for you. Your heartache is now holy ground. God has been collecting your tears and converting them into rivers of refreshing. What broke you is now your testimony. What delayed you is now your divine launchpad. You've passed the test, and now the release has begun. Doors are about to open that require no explanation. Connections will come that feel like covenant. Resources will arrive as if heaven hand-delivered them, because it did. You will not need to network. You'll only need to be near the throne. Provision flows where obedience rests. There are angels assigned to your path, not just to protect, but to deliver. They carry scrolls of instruction and divine blueprints. Listen for the whisper, watch for the wind, follow the peace. This is a supernatural journey, not a natural hustle. Your steps are wrapped in purpose. The systems that tried to keep you small will no longer recognize you. They will sense the oil, they will feel the fire, and they will have no choice but to release what they once withheld. You are walking in a glory that no man can deny, and no enemy can touch. This isn't your breakthrough season. It's your crowning season. The pain wasn't pointless. It was prophetic. Every hidden season was building the roots that can now hold the weight of heaven's release. You've been trusted with the storm. Now you're trusted with the stillness that follows. You are not who you were. You are who God said. And everything around you is about to bow to that truth. The season you are entering is not a result of striving. It is the reward of surrender. Heaven responds to yielded hearts, not frantic hands. And you, chosen one, have been refined not through applause, but through obedience in secret. God saw when you said yes with no audience, when you chose holiness over hype. And now, divine compensation is being released without delay. You are not being restored to what you lost. You are being elevated to what was always yours. The enemy tried to convince you that too much time had passed, that too much was broken. But God does not rebuild. He resurrects. This is not a return to the former. This is a rise into the promised. What was dead is now drenched in divine life. No more rehearsing your past pain. God has not only healed you, He has rewritten you. Your DNA carries the imprint of divine endurance. You are not a survivor, you are a carrier of the fire. You didn't just make it through, you brought heaven's authority with you. Your name is being whispered in rooms you haven't entered yet. Not because of who you know, but because of who you are. The mark of the Spirit upon you cannot be erased. You are not waiting for favor. Favor is following you. It knows your scent. It recognizes your tears. It obeys the voice of the one who sent you. God is shifting the weight now, from pressure to power. You will no longer bend under burdens you were never meant to carry. The past does not deserve your strength anymore. Let it go. Let it fall. Let God lift you into the fullness of who you've always been under heaven's gaze. Type overflow if you feel God's abundance rushing into your life. Chosen one. What's coming is bigger than your last mistake. It's greater than your deepest regret. Grace has covered what guilt tried to define. The page has turned. You are not trying to qualify. You were called. You are not begging for a seat. You are being handed the scroll. Everything is aligning, even the silence. Don't fear the stillness. It is the pause before the trumpet sounds. It is the hush before the gates swing wide. Heaven works in whispers before it moves in wonders. And you, beloved, are moments away from divine disruption. Those who doubted you will witness the unveiling. Not for your revenge, but for God's glory. You will not need to shout. Your life will be the announcement. Every healed scar, every open door, every sudden shift will speak what your voice no longer needs to explain. You are not rebuilding. You are being repositioned. The dust of the past is falling off your shoulders. The garments of grief are being replaced with robes of royalty. There is nothing small about what you're stepping into. This is kingdom-sized. This is heaven-sent. Even your breath carries power now. Speak, and atmospheres shift. Pray, and strongholds collapse. Move, and territories respond. You've crossed over from asking to accessing, from hoping to holding, from wandering to walking in divine certainty. There is no curse that can hold you now. What once clung to your bloodline has been cut by the sword of truth. Generational limitations have no place on a chosen one. You are the break. You are the branch. You are the beginning of everything new. Your rest will no longer be restless. Your nights will no longer echo old sorrows. Peace is coming like a river. Not temporary, not shallow, but deep, healing peace that washes away all residue of yesterday's wounds. The storm has passed. The sun is rising on your soul. This is not a transition. It's a transformation. You are not merely moving forward, you are becoming who God always saw. The version of you that carries light, lives free, and walks with fire in your eyes and destiny in your hand. Chosen one, the winds have shifted in your favor. The weight you've carried for so long is now being exchanged for wings. You will not walk into this new journey, you will soar. The atmosphere around you is being cleared. The residue of the past is dissolving. And the angels assigned to your next dimension are already making room. There is nothing left to prove, nothing left to fix, only a call to rise and go forward. Your hands are no longer meant for grasping what is gone, but for receiving what is divine. You've held on to old pain, old cycles, old attachments, because they once made you feel safe. But God is shaking you free, not to punish, but to prepare. You cannot carry old weight into new realm. The oil is fresh, the path is holy. Let what was fall away so what is can finally take form. The Spirit is saying, you've carried enough. Now I carry you. For too long, you've prayed from the place of need. Now, heaven is teaching you to speak from the place of authority. You are no longer asking to be seen. You are moving as one who knows they are sent. This shift is not external, it is eternal. It is the sound of heaven declaring your arrival. There will be favor that finds you and does not leave. Provision that doesn't just visit but dwells. Ideas that unlock doors. Encounters that activate hidden gifts. You are stepping into supernatural intelligence, supernatural insight, supernatural release. You are not walking in man's power. You are walking in God's strategy. Write "My name is written" in the comments if you believe this season is yours. Those who once overlooked you will no longer be able to ignore you. Not because of noise, but because of oil. The anointing you carry is undeniable. It will enter rooms before you speak. It will rest upon your words like thunder disguised as whispers. You are no longer a question. You are the answer God has prepared for the appointed time. Do not be surprised when people leave. Some departures are sacred. Do not weep for what cannot follow you. The elevation is divine, and it demands clarity. Your circle may shrink, but your calling will expand. You are not lonely. You are being distilled, purified, positioned. Heaven has already stamped approval on your next chapter. The doors are not creaking, they are flinging open. There will be no hesitation when it happens. You will simply know, this is the moment I was built for. And you'll step through, not with fear, but with fire in your bones. Your voice is being activated for more than speaking. It's for shifting atmospheres. When you pray, things move. When you worship, chains break. When you show up, light enters dark places. You are a carrier of divine disruption. You don't just walk into rooms, you realign them. Every hidden seed is now breaking through the soil. The dreams that felt dormant were never dead, just planted deep. And now, under divine timing, they are rising like towers of testimony. You will live in what you once only dared to pray for. Chosen one, you are a magnet for miracles now. Not because you're perfect, but because you're yielded. Grace flows where pride has been crushed. And you let the breaking happen. Now heaven is rewarding the surrender with supernatural increase. The war you fought in silence was seen. The wounds no one asked about were counted. And the strength you showed, when you had none left, was multiplied in the Spirit. You are not just recovering, you are rising in rank. You are being clothed in glory, crowned in the quiet, and released in the fullness of divine timing. Don't look for signs anymore, you are the sign. Don't wait for a word, you are the fulfillment. The veil has lifted, the scroll is open. And heaven is announcing that you, beloved, are ready. Chosen one. This is the part where you stop waiting and start walking. The gates are already open. The blessing is already moving. The heavens are already responding. You've cried your last tear for the things God never meant to stay. Now your eyes will weep with joy, not grief. You will see the goodness of God unfold before you in undeniable ways, not because you earned it, but because you were always marked for it. Your journey has been long, but it has not been wasted. Every detour was divine. Every fall was forged into fire. Every delay was secretly laced with direction. You were never being left behind. You were being carved out, made holy, set apart for something no one else could carry. And now the time has come for heaven to show you why the battle was so brutal. The blessing is just as big. You are stepping into your prepared place. Not begged for, not borrowed, prepared. Angels have gone ahead to make room for your feet. They've dusted off thrones that were waiting for your arrival. Heaven is not surprised by your obedience. It was counting on it. You're not just being welcomed, you're being enthroned. This is the season where joy doesn't visit, it stays. Where peace isn't temporary, it reigns. Where resources flow like rivers. Where what you touch multiplies. Where the oil on your life begins to break open others. Your light isn't just for you, it's for nation. What you carry is not small, it is world-shifting. Comment. Transfer now if you know your breakthrough is in motion. You no longer walk with questions. You walk with keys. You are no longer asking for access. You are opening vaults. Not by your name, but by the one stamped on your soul by heaven itself. God did not just call you, He trusted you. And now, the realm of overflow is being placed in your care. You will lack no good thing. The Lord your shepherd is not leading you into scarcity. He's leading you into sacred abundance. You will eat in the presence of those who doubted. You will drink from the cup that never runs dry, and your anointing will leave a trail of glory wherever you go. This new chapter does not begin with striving. It begins with standing. Not in your power, but in your identity. You are chosen. You are appointed. You are unstoppable, not because you're strong, but because God is with you. The same one who kept you is now elevating you. Your voice will reach where your feet have not yet traveled. Your story will unlock faith in people you may never meet. What was once your private suffering is now becoming a public anointing. This is not a rise to fame. It is a rise to purpose, to legacy, to holy impact. Everything you thought you lost is being restored, not in the same form, but in supernatural fullness. Relationships healed or replaced with divine covenant. Finances multiplied without toil. Doors opened that no man can close. Everything stolen is now returning with interest. There will be nights where you simply rest and feel heaven's approval fall on you like rain. You won't need to explain your peace, you'll just live in it. You won't need to defend your blessing. You'll simply walk in it, because you're not chasing the blessing. You are the one it's chasing. Chosen one. There's no more fear here. Only fire. No more striving. Only grace. No more wandering. Only wisdom. You are no longer in the process. You are in the promise. And it's not just enough, it's overflowing. Your name is written in the vaults of heaven, and the doors are opening.